Okay. So I don't have a PowerPoint for this portion of my presentation. I just want to talk to you because I think it's important you see my face, and I would love to see your faces. I would love to see the chat when I ask you a question. You know how our Young Living journey started, which was with the products. And it came to a point that my husband said, no more spending money on oils unless if you start earning some money. I was like, no. So I came to the hard reality that I needed to start sharing with others. I had actually been talking with others here and there, but not really as a leader or a distributor or a salesperson, because I'm not any of those people. That's what I told myself. And I figured I'll never be able to do this business because I don't like talking to large groups of people. I was that introvert who gets nervous doing a one-on-one visit, unless if it's my sibling. So over time, though, I had many friends interested in learning. So guess what I did? I pawned off the job to somebody else. I flew my sister, who is my upline, from Minnesota to Canada so she could teach them. I figured that was a pretty easy solution. I had never actually been to an intro class, so I didn't even know what to talk about or even where to start. And of course, my sister did an amazing job standing in front of 15 to 20 people, sharing her passion for wellness and teaching some simple steps to changing lives. As I watched her teach, I realized that I will never be able to do what she does. I was just shaking, clicking the mouse for her PowerPoint. Oops, sorry. So after a very successful class, though, I wondered how I could actually do this, because I remembered about the thing the husband told me as far as ordering more oils. So then I thought, well, maybe I can fly my sister out again when there's more who want to learn. Yeah, that didn't go over too well. Hubby said, no. He knew what I needed. He knew I needed a push. So when I got my commissions check from that class of signups, I realized that it actually covered the cost of my monthly order. And then I knew that I didn't have a choice, and I would be doing this business no matter what. So the very first thing I did, and I suggest this to any of you who feel like you are introverted. In fact, put in the chat there so I know how many of you feel like you have an introverted personality. The first thing that I did was dove into personal growth training. I listened to speeches, I read books, attended seminars, and I practiced doing stuff that I was very uncomfortable doing. In fact, I gave myself challenges to see if I would actually do that challenge or if I'd crumble and fall down. Over time, I started to feel stronger. I started doing classes with my team members, my small team members. And in time, I started talking more with strangers about Young Living. And in time, I started teaching classes. Yes, it was scary, very scary at times. And yes, I had some classes that nobody came. And I have to be honest, I was almost relieved those moments. Like, it was a mixed feeling, a relief of I don't have to put myself in front of people. But then it was a mixed feeling of, oh, shucks. I had already lined up a babysitter for that event. So guess what I did? I used that time wisely to either practice more on business skills or connect with my current team members. I started doing vendor events to keep up my ability to talk with people about the Young Living products. Amelia was actually one of the first members that I signed up. And as she said, I had offered her oils for years, but she didn't need them. She didn't know that she needed them. And then it came to me that I need to learn what her personality type is. So if you haven't learned about personality types, write that down for something that you should learn about. I realized that I had to talk about it more so on the business end of things, because that is the personality that she is. So when I realized that, I got all nervous again for probably another year to talk about the business opportunity. So finally, one New Year's evening, we were visiting and making New Year's resolutions. Amelia wanted to leave her job as a Gap store manager. She wanted to travel more. She wanted to be able to volunteer for various causes. She wanted to be able to own her own business and not have a cap on how much she could earn. That's what a lot of jobs have. So I gained up the courage to tell her, you can do all of that with this business, Amelia. And then as I was talking and telling her what she could do, I could see a glaze in her face that she finally got it. I would say when the second it soaked into her brain, she has not turned back since. She shared her story of selling strawberries in Finland. I believe that's where she learned a ton of her skills. She's a born leader, and I'm so grateful to not only have her in my Young Living organization, but in my life as a very dear friend. So once we got over that, we could move forward with building that amazing Young Living business. Now I'm going to change topics a little bit, because at this time, my 52-year-old dad had been going through brain cancer. He had chosen Western medicine for his treatment, even though they didn't have any cure for it. When the chemo brought him so close to death, my mom decided to take him home. If he was going to die anyways, we'll take him home. Once he was home, we started to diffuse oils. We got rid of as many toxic items as we could in his house. We started him on a cleanse. We tried to get that poison out of him. He started to gain energy. After cleansing, he was put on a vigorous oil supplement and diet regimen, along with a lot of positive talk. Various elements we added to his plan. The next MRI showed no cancer. No cancer for a man who had incurable cancer. Doctors had no explanation, but we did. 14 years later now, Dad is still cancer-free, but he suffers hugely from the effects of the treatment. He needs 24-hour supervision as he can't walk very well. It's as though he has had a stroke, which he actually has had strokes now very recently, still from the treatment effects. His short-term memory has struggled a lot. He will repeat himself many times the same thing all day long. He can't talk very well. He can't even read very well. He is no longer that man going to the office every morning working as an attorney since the day he went in for surgery. I can't help but wish that Dad had tried Eastern medicine before Western, but things go as they are meant to be. So it is what it is. And I feel that his journey maybe was my reason and a few of my siblings' reason to do what we do now. So through the years, I have gained a burning desire inside of me to help as many people as I can to see this other option that we have. to realize that essential oils were the first medicine to this earth, and the man-made stuff came later. Yes, there is a time for that too, and absolutely we need it. But maybe it's time that we return to what was given to us as a first option. It was the fall of 2013 when I did a tour with Amelia in Finland that changed my life. I was teaching a class in front of a house full of guests, sharing my story, and this burning fire came out when I was talking about my dad's journey. I remember feeling as though this brick wall crumbled down in front of me. I got chills knowing that my introverted personality had finally been let free. I could share what I had learned with confidence. I was capable of changing lives. And even if it was only one life I would change in my journey of sharing, it would be worth it. So I'm telling you today, even if you are scared, shaking in your boots to share what you have now learned with others, just do it. Do it scared. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Use your oils. Valor is always with me, always has been, especially when teaching a class. When my husband left his full-time job in 2016, about 3 to 4 years after I had started sharing, I knew that this business would be the answer to so many families struggling financially. It's not a get-rich-quick type of business. No, not at all. It's a lot of hard work and something that you're going to build over the years. Maybe you could view it as a retirement fund, something that you will benefit from later on, just as long as you keep at it and keep moving forward over the years. So as an introvert, still, I have to prepare my mind for bigger events. I need to tell myself, I'm excited rather than I'm nervous. The truth is, your brain doesn't know the difference. If you say I'm excited or nervous, it's the same feeling in your brain. So say I'm excited because your conscious brain knows. See it as a mind shift, like a mindset shift. So a mindset is ideas and beliefs that your mind has been led to believe based on previous experiences. And if that mindset is not in the correct place, it will be more difficult to learn the skills needed for this business. It's actually, I think, the number one thing that will either hold you back or propel you forward. Work on developing that growth mindset and gain a love for learning, which will lead to success. Positive mindset is critical. And with you guys having Amelia as your leader, I don't know how you could even think any other. She's bursting with positive mindset. So know this, each and every one of you are deserving of success in this business. Be proud to be a leader in network marketing. It's an amazing business platform. Don't be scared to share Young Living for fear of being salesy. You either have or you can gain the skills needed to be a successful leader. So don't believe those negative voices in your head. In fact, resolve those feelings deep down and in your brain that are trapped. Use your oils, release the emotions. We talked about that. You know how to do it now. And conscious language. Use the right words coming from your mouth because your brain is listening to you anytime you talk. So say the right words. I will never forget when Amelia took me through an exercise during that tour in Finland. And I know you're going to remember this, Amelia. Driving in that car, I was feeling so not worthy, and you made me say, I am a leader. I am a leader. I am a leader. So do it. If you can just keep repeating those things that you need to hear yourself. And the last thing that I would suggest for you is to find a program or training that works for you and then stick with it until it doesn't work anymore. We have so many programs available, but you guys are super fortunate because I believe Amelia has some really good plans laid out for you as builders. So take advantage of that. That's all I have to share. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. But thank you so much, and I wish you all the best on your Young Living journey.
Thank you so much for joining, Trisha.